What is up, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD, and let's jump right into this. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Happy Saturday. Let's get into this, guys. But before we even start, make sure you guys slap that like. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe. We do normally go live streaming during the week. We do have streams during the weekends occasionally. Well, most of the time we do. Sundays, usually members only stream. So make sure you guys, if you consider thinking about joining that members only stream, $5. We do go over a lot of things like leverage trading. What do we have coming up in the week for the markets? All kinds of stuff, and pretty much anything that you want to look at as far as DeFi, your major projects, whatever the case is. If it's crypto related, we definitely jump in it. So hit that subscribe, hit that join button, and let's get into this, guys. So Bitcoin right now, it is Saturday. Obviously, we are going to have a low volume weekend. During the weekends, we normally see that low volume. For Bitcoin right now, we are sitting at around 62,200. Couple charts I am going to bring up here, guys, so stick with it. So right now, like I said, 62,200. You guys can see we are still chopping around in this big bull flag that we pretty much have formed since March of the beginning of this year. We have been sitting in this bull flag, waiting for this thing to play out. Hopefully we do play out towards the upside. You can see in this chart right here, we do have a spot for some support somewhere around that 60,150 area. If you've been following the channel, we've been calling for this area as far as holding support. We definitely don't want to see us break below, because we're probably going to come down to the bottom of this channel like we have been obviously for the last 4, 5, 6 months. Bottom of the channel would probably be somewhere around the low 50s, 51,000, somewhere around that area. So we definitely want to hold the 60,100 area. That's going to be a big spot. It also is on the daily. That is right where the 50-day moving average basically meets, and you can see since we've bounced off this support level 60,150, but you can see we pretty much are holding that 50-day moving average as some support. Obviously the green line is going to be our 200-day moving average. We did break above after testing it multiple times last week. That was the big run that we had up to about 66,600, but obviously we did break down. And we didn't break down obviously because of Bitcoin particularly. We broke down because there was a lot of things going on, right? We had the port strike that got resolved. I told you guys, if you've been following the channel, was probably going to be a short-term thing. And then we have the Middle East, obviously some unrest over there in regards to Iran, Israel, all that good stuff. We don't really get into all that, but we do watch it because that can dictate and obviously can move the markets around, right? So we do monitor that and talk about it on the streams as well. So right now, like I said, we have found support at the 60,150. We are looking to hopefully get back up and start retesting the top of this channel. We need to break above this channel and find it as some support. Obviously the 200-day moving average is going to be there to basically give us a challenge. That's going to be around that 63,600 area. We're going to need to basically probably retest this area a few times before we break again, but we need to have it as some support, people. We need to have it as some support. Looking at another chart for Bitcoin, you guys can see this is my other chart that we use for members only. This is basically how we find our support resistance levels in a short frame, right? So we are looking at the 30-minute right here, and you can see us when we broke down somewhere around that 60,180 area was our support level on this chart. And you can see the next spot that we have as some resistance, but we broke above, is the 61,006, and we actually did come back and retest this area and find it as some support. Now I do have this area right here, this little comfort zone is what I've been calling it since we broke out earlier. This was when we broke out of like last week, or I think it was about a week and a half ago. We broke out. We've been finding this comfort zone as either some support or now as some resistance. So that is going to be a big spot, and basically that area starts at around 62,300 and the top of it's around 62,600. That's going to be a big spot that we're also going to need to break above. It has become some resistance. Prior, just a week ago, was some support, but all in all, I think that we are going to continue up this upward movement as long as nothing big happens in regards to, like, really the only thing that we have is the Middle East. That's really gonna that could throw another wrench into everything that's in play. But if you guys have been following the channel, we have been talking about everything, all the indicators, everything that you can look at right now are pointing towards the upside, right? Jumping over to the fear and greed index, you guys can see yesterday we were slightly in the fear. We have kind of moved over towards the neutral area, so definitely slowly doing what we did last week, 2 weeks ago. We're building back that confidence in the market. That's what we want to see. Right now, is it a good time to buy some of your favorite projects? I think that right now is not a bad time, but a few days ago was obviously a lot better, right? You want to buy in when these people are fearful, they're scared. Oh my God, Iran and Iraq. You want to buy in during those times, right? Because they're selling off, and the charts are coming down. Some of these projects, some of these alts, for 2 weeks ago made some serious gains, right? We can look at it, looking at the monthly. Look at these alts. Some of these made some serious gains. Well, some of these alts retraced briefly in the last few days, down 20, 30, 40%. If you were able to take advantage of that, you're already up right now, right? A couple projects that I've been jumping in on, I'll show you guys here in a second. But looking at the daily, look at PopCat, retracing up 23%. FTT's been going up. FTX, as native project, has been going up. We have WorldCoin up 13%. Wormhole, Teo, go down the map right here for the day. Everything is looking good. The only thing that really stands out is Stacks. That's down about 5%, so nothing too crazy. But looking at the week, you can see we're still technically down on some of these projects. Jasmine's down almost 20% for the week. So when you're looking at some of these projects, they're not bad. Not a bad position right now, in my opinion, to maybe jump in if you missed the boat a few days ago, right? Ordinals is down 15%. Notcoin, we're gonna cover Notcoin here in a second. But like I said, for the all in all, for today, we're doing great, right? We're doing great for the week. Obviously, still giving you that ample time to jump in on some of these projects, because I do honestly think that we are going to continue to move up. Because when in doubt, zoom out. Look at the monthly. These projects are still killing it. A lot of them are still holding a lot of gains, and there's going to be a lot more gains to be made, guys. A lot more. Jumping over to the CME group, this is basically the indicator of the Fed FOMC meetings. What are they going to do as far as reducing, pausing interest rates? Right now, you can see after yesterday's job reports, right? And I want to actually jump over to this article right here. You guys can see Bitcoin price chops after strong U.S. job reports. Where next for Bitcoin? And you guys can see, looking at this right here, yesterday we covered this live on stream in the morning when the job reports actually dropped. So make sure you hit that subscribe. We do go live pretty much 5 times out of the week, right? You guys can see as of yesterday, they claim for September, they created over 250,000 jobs versus what was forecast to be about 140. So they basically shattered expectations. Unemployment was expected to come out at 4.2. It actually came out to 4.1. And participation rate, meaning how many Americans are actually in the workforce right now, 67.7 versus 62.7, up obviously a good amount. And then wages growth, what they claim, 4.0% versus 3.8. So basically, if you look at this, right, and you don't think about everything that's going on as far as a lot of layoffs and stuff like that, what they claim is that a lot of jobs are created, unemployment's going down, participation rate, more Americans are working day by day, and the wages are going up, wage growth. So this is something that they were technically looking for the Feds in regards to really having that soft landing, right? So we'll see how it goes. That leads you to why everything's jumped over to 97.4% as of now. This is going to fluctuate because we do have 33 days until the meeting happens as far as the FOMC meeting. But you guys can see 97.4% are calling for some kind of a 0.25% reduction for the November meeting. And you know what? I am agreeing. It's most likely as of right now, 0.25%, 25 basis points. They could do a pause, right? They could do a pause and say, you know what? The numbers look great. Let's pause for right now, and then we'll probably look at most likely December's meeting as doing some kind of a reduction, aka 0.25%. So for right now, the markets are calling for a quarter. I am right there with them, but I wouldn't be surprised as we get closer to this meeting, maybe some more data comes out and they could end up pausing rates, basically not reducing, not increasing, just kind of keeping flat on that 50 basis point that we did see the reduction about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So another article I wanted to jump in is the largest TON tokens collapse 50%. If you guys are involved in TON, beware. I don't think that TON is a bad project whatsoever, but it's just been, since the Telegram CEO got arrested and all that stuff, it has not been able to recover. And you guys can see TON's down. This was as of this article. I believe this article dropped yesterday. So as of yesterday, TON was down. Obviously, the market was down. TON was down about 8% for us for the weekly. Notcoin almost 20%. Dogs, which is another big project on TON, down 24%. Hamster Combat. I warned you guys about Hamster Combat. I said be very cautious. They've been doing massive airdrops. They've also, a lot of people that have been playing for the last few months have accumulated a lot of Hamster. So what's that going to cause? A lot of sell pressure, right? And you can see the sell pressure hasn't stopped for Hamster. It's down 33% as of yesterday. It's probably down a little bit more as of now. But you guys can see a lot of their top projects are down at least 20 to 30% on TON. Now, what do I think with TON? Do I think this is over with TON? Absolutely not. I don't think nothing's wrong with TON. I just think they're going through a bumpy stage. Solana did the same thing. A lot of, there was periods of times where Solana dropped down to $7 freaking, people, right? After running up well past 200, it dropped down to $7 because there was just a lot of stuff that was going on, right? Not particularly with Solana, but stuff that Solana was affiliated. At that point, it was FTX, right? This right here has Telegram, and a lot of people are pissed off about Hamster Combat and stuff like that. We won't jump into the rabbit hole on that, but the point of the story is I do think that TON is going to most likely rebound. You might be getting some, good times right now to maybe jump in on maybe TON, or if not, Notcoin or Dogs, because I do think that TON is going to rebound. Now, a project that I've been buying in on like crazy is on the Solana network. You guys already pretty much know, because I know most of the people are subscribed. You guys are watching the live streams. Is MYRO. I've been hopping in like crazy on MYRO. Been buying in on MYRO. Let me pull my other chart up real quick. So you guys can see, obviously I like to pull up these charts because these are my support and resistance levels, and you guys can see I've been buying in on MYRO. I sold MYRO, so I bought in on MYRO like a few weeks back and then sold somewhere around 8, almost 9 cents, and then with the anticipation that I was going to be buying right back in because I knew that there was going to be a big drop. This was on the cuffs of Israel and the point strikes, so I already knew something was going to be occurring. So I ended up selling off, and I ended up buying back in all down here, and actually buying a lot more than what I sold off, using less liquidity, right? Because I sold off at almost 9 cents. Bought back in, got a lot more, and didn't even have to use all the liquidity that I just sold, right? So I'm still waiting to buy more if we do drop down, right? But for right now, you guys can see that since then, MYRO has bounced from this bottom. You can see to the top about 21%. Nice little V-shaped recovery, right? MYRO obviously is kind of like an OG DeFi project that's on Solana, right? And I say OG because it came out with Dog with Hat and all those during that era, right? They seem to be doing pretty damn good, and I do have just this itch that I think MYRO is going to get dropped on freaking Binance. I don't know if this is true. I just feel like MYRO is going to get dropped on Binance. Now I know Miami Lady Squad's like, bro, are you switching up on us? Hell no. I definitely still plan on picking up a bunch of MyLady as well, but MYRO has just been giving me these vibes that she could possibly run up to $1. So why the hell am I not going to pick up thousands and thousands of MYRO right now, possibly selling them at $1 plus? So with that being said, that's definitely my plan for right now with MYRO. A couple other projects that I am looking at. Well, you're gonna have to join the members only stream for that one right there, because we do talk about plays, and we do have a lot of plays lined up, especially right now. Good buys for a lot of these. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. We're going to be fine this week. We're probably going to see some nice rebounds, but we're always going to see some volatility up and down here and there. But I think for the most part, we should see a nice V-shaped recovery. Again, make sure you guys hit that like for the algorithm. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. We do have our own native token right now on Solana. It's for the channel No FUD Koala. Check it out. It's not been struggling, been low volume right now, but we are planning on doing some big things as far as ads and just really going crazy again with the raids on Twitter. So check it out. Maybe might be some potential jumping in right now at some low prices. I think our market cap's at like $50,000 right now, so nothing too crazy, but we do have locked liquidity. Everything is safe for the project. We're gonna need to blow here soon. So, and when Solana does start ripping, our project will rip as well. So with that being said, guys, thank you. I appreciate you guys for being here. Have a fantastic weekend. All right. See ya.